But when it comes to Iowa, the workforce is aging. As we mentioned in our first half hour, Iowa has the country's highest percentage of residents above the age of 80. Earlier in the show, we discussed a program helping Iowa seniors live independently after a hospital stay. And now we have another project that we want to tell you about. At the University of Iowa, Dr. Kaskie has been studying the state's aging workforce population, and the goal is to transform how Iowa employers recruit and retain employees over the age of 60. Joining us now to talk about this is Dr. Kaskie. Thank you so much for your time today. I wanted to start with what the reality is here in Iowa. What does it mean when we say there's an aging workforce population?
Well, first off, thank you for having me. And what we do mean by that is more Iowans over the age of 65 are continuing to work, whether it be in full-time positions, part-time position, or seasonal roles. Right now, we have about 1 out of every 5 persons over the age of 65 in the workforce. Meanwhile, as the number of younger Iowans who are available to work continues to decrease, organizations are going to consistently become what we call more gray. That is, they're going to have more workers who are over the age of 65.
We were talking earlier today about what some of those contributing factors to, increasing work ages. Can you talk about some of those?
Oh, sure. Well, foremost, people are living longer and healthier lives, better, more than ever before. And so, on one hand, as we live longer lives, many enjoy continuing to work past the traditional retirement age of 65. They like work for socialization purposes, it gives them fulfillment. But on the other hand, many older Iowans just haven't saved enough. With the expectation of having to live longer, they also are realizing they need to work for continued income.
Hmm. So now you have this project that you're working on. When it comes to employers, talk to me about what you're trying to get out there. What's the message? What's your goal?
Well, first off, we're just trying to raise awareness and draw employers' attention to the aging workforce as a potential resource. There are a lot of unfulfilled positions here in the state of Iowa, and I don't think many employers have sought older workers as a potential solution. We want to increase awareness about the challenge and opportunities, especially the opportunities that older workers can provide a company. And then we'll facilitate the adoption of management strategies that help recruit and then retain these older workers, whether it be in full time, part time, or what we call seasonal positions.
And correct me if I'm wrong, is there also a retirement aspect to this project as well? I mean, what's that all about?
Well, the big notion here is work to retirement is no longer an on-off switch. Fewer and fewer people are simply working to the age of 65 and then quitting altogether. What we're finding is some people retire before the age of 65 and then come back for second careers. Other people like to stay on, but then they want to phase out slowly. So what we have is just this huge change in how workforce composition for older adults is happening, and it's a great way to facilitate retirement. And the point of our project is to emphasize how employers play such a critical role in supporting aging Iowans.
Hmm. Well, in the few seconds that we have left, I am curious, what are some of the industries that you're trying to target with this?
We initially thought the most, how should we say, dramatic response we would get is from healthcare organizations, because that's where we have an aging workforce already. But we've just been overwhelmed by the response from a variety of organizations. That includes restaurants that work at the mall, manufacturing groups. We've had other companies that work in sales and trucking come to us and say, we never really thought about this before, but yeah, we do have a lot of older workers, and we need to start thinking more seriously about how to retain them and facilitate a mutually agreeable retirement for
Hmm.
both them and us.
Certainly a big problem. It's going to require a big solution. Dr. Kaskie, thank you so much for being here with us today.
You're welcome.